Hello and welcome back to the channel, Cali Legends Media. Before I begin, I want to say thank you to all the subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. Especially want to say welcome to the new subscribers. We had another influx of new subscribers in the past couple of weeks. And welcome to the channel. Now, before I begin, I'm gonna just a quick reminder. When you get a chance, hit that like button. Okay, it's a good way to support the channel and it doesn't cost anything. Also, you can hit the hype button, which will really launch this video through the algorithm, where it'll get seen more. And YouTube will run it through more streams. They'll get more attention. Okay, so basically, I'm hoping that through this video, somebody will get the idea that it's not a good thing to speak on certain people or people that have chose to live a certain lifestyle. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. Okay, Tommy Guns. Okay, now you know Tommy Guns. He has some money. He's been doing this thing for a while. And I guess he had signed a new record deal, and word got out. I guess he started receiving some calls, and he went. I believe it was Food Community, because it was on a short, but I recognized the voices, so I have a pretty good idea that that's where he was being interviewed, and he pretty much put it out there. The situation that he was going through. Another one is Swifty Blue. Okay, I really don't know neither one of these guys. You know, they're both young rappers coming up in the game. Swifty Blue, I think's been around a little bit longer than Tommy Guns. I'm not sure, but they're both they both been in the spotlight quite a bit. Okay. Well, I seen old Swifty Blue come out on a couple of different podcasts. Came out with Blad TV, and Adam 16's No Jumper, and a couple of other ones. And he gets into talking about the people that got indicted for talking on the phone in the county jail, and that whole mess that involved him, right? And I think it's a bad idea. I think he needs to really rethink how seriously he's taking this. Although nothing's happened to him up to date. There's a few people involved in that indictment that you really don't want to, if you don't have beef with them, you don't want to go over there and start some, you know what I mean? And by going out on these social media channels, like telling the whole story about it, even if it's about a girl, like you said, or whatever the case is, you know, you just putting it out there and speaking on it. This is an open case. You should know better, man. Like you're kind of an older vato. You're not that young. You're not a little kid. You're gonna be held accountable. Now I know things have changed a great deal, not a little bit. Things have changed a great deal when it comes to that type of lifestyle, living that lifestyle. Okay. But you know, some things I don't think are gonna ever change, you know. And by you speaking on things you shouldn't speak about, you're like putting yourself just like Renegade Media, you know, talking about things that is none of his business to talk about, you know. He was asked to stop doing it, and he continues doing it. Why? Because nothing has happened to him, which is a good thing. He's lucky, he's fortunate, you know, but sometimes it takes a while, you know, and when you least expect it, it's a done deal, you know. So I don't even, I had no idea who was involved with this. All I know is you had mentioned this guy Demon, and they had a bunch of piercings and stuff. You called him a punk and all of this and that and the other, you know, and gave a story about him that he pulled up and he didn't even do nothing. You know, he said there was kids there and this, that. Like, that's Vario Bronca that has no business on social media, you know. So if nobody's told you, I'm telling you now, as an older homie, I mean, you should know better, you know. I don't even feel comfortable explaining this to you, you know. But I'm hoping that somebody who doesn't know that what you're doing is wrong, they realize that it was wrong, so that they don't get caught up in a situation like yours, you know. Or like Tommy Guns too, you know. Tommy Guns had a hard time when he went in the last time he was in the county jail. And he only did like, what was it, a couple of weeks, you know. He'd fall apart, man, if he ever caught any kind of time, you know. He showed his colors there. And then, you know, talking this talk, he probably doesn't know better either, you know. He's just a young kid and everything's fun and games for him right now, you know. But that's the problem when there's older homeboys missing from your neighborhoods, or that you guys just don't want to listen. You know, oh, this is our time. This is our time to shine. You know, you're already too old. You don't know what's up. You know, all of this shit. If you don't believe the things I'm saying, ask somebody. Ask somebody if what you're doing is a good idea, man. I would suggest you just cease and desist and just knock it off. You know, don't go on these programs with these white guys that have already had black homies indicted on federal cases, man, by pulling them on their podcast, paying them money, locking it in, and asking things and starting conversations that they know they shouldn't get into. They know they shouldn't talk about things, but you know, they leave there, you know, with a sack. So, you know, I don't think it matters at the time. But like Brick Baby ended up, what did he get? I'm not sure, like 15 years or something for some straps or something. He could have got more, you know. I mean, all that whole indictment was behind people saying things on No Jumper, you know, and with Wack opening his mouth and you know, having these conversations, you know, it's all bad. You know, you're gonna end up saying something that you can't take back, because once you say it, it's out there, and it may affect the way you do your time and the way you live your life. You know, it's serious, man. When you're out in the street, it's not fun and games all the time. Sometimes it's time to really think about things, especially what comes out of your mouth, because the mouth gets more people in trouble than any other part of your body, man. It's usually, you see something going down on a tier and somebody's getting tossed up, and you see fucking shoes flying and fucking legs and arms fucking flying in every direction and blood. It's usually started here with the mouth, or with desiring something that's it's not your time to have, you know. So yeah, I recommend that you just don't talk about nothing that involves certain people, or you know, especially, you know, that indictment's still going on and you're out there talking about it like it's all good, you know. People are not going to appreciate that, and nobody's Nobody's that big and strong and crazy, you know. As quiet as it's kept, you'll get creeped on one day, and your life will be changed forever, or maybe that'll be the ending point. But yeah, even for those of you that aren't in any kind of trouble, man, don't get yourself caught up in things that you don't know how to handle, or you can't handle. And there's no shame in not being able to handle, or not knowing how to handle certain situations, and working with certain level of people, you know. It takes a certain type of person, you know. Look at Dubs, a perfect example, you know. He thought it was going to be something else, and it wasn't what he thought. And now look at him now, you know, being careful about everything he says and does. And, you know, only he knows how much stress that caused him in his life. Only he knows. I doubt very much it's zero stress. So for those of you that aren't in any kind of trouble or caught up in anything, man, don't do it. Stay free. It's better just staying free, enjoying life. Too many good things out here, man. Last thing you want is to end up behind them bars, end up behind those walls, away from your family and loved ones. Especially right now, man, where the government's acting all fucked up with it, with the raza, you know, changing people's incomes, especially the elderly, the disabled, and even the children, women and children, you know. A lot of people, some of them deserving, are going to be affected negatively. You want to be out here always to be able to support your family, not locked up away where they got to be sending you ordering you stuff from Walking Horse, or however they order your packages now, and sending you money so you could have a little extra food, you know, from the commissary, so that you don't have to eat the stuff that you're being served every day, you know. Stay free, people. Stay free, you know. But the only way to do that is to use your head, you know. Be careful with what you say, what you do. Make the right choices. Going on No Jumper, going on Vlad TV, and any podcast, talking about things that is nobody's business but yours and the people that are involved. Like, where did you guys learn that kind of crap? You know what I mean? Anyways, this is my video for today. Stay safe, people, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button if you like the video. Hype it if you think it'll help somebody, or you think it was a good message. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you very much.